Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and peace be upon you. My name is Fatin. I'm going to share about learning outcome statements, how to write learning outcomes. So this is me. I'm Fatin from University of Technology Malaysia. I'm just going to give you one example. This is a course called Practical in Chemistry Education 2. It's one of the courses in the Bachelor of Science with Education, Chemistry with Honor. Now, if you look at this course, it's basically trying to teach our students on how to design experiments, conduct experiments, and to ensure that the future teachers and chemistry teachers can conduct and design chemistry experiments well. This is a course learning outcomes. If you look at the purple color CLO, you should be able to see there are 3 CLO. The first one, at the end of the course, the student should be able to demonstrate accurate scientific skills in conducting 5 Form 5 chemistry experiments. That's number 1. It's actually trying to achieve one of the program learning outcomes, which is practical skills. And at the taxonomy level for this course learning outcome is level 5, psychomotor level 5. How they're going to assess it is going to be using lab report. So don't worry about the taxonomies and the assessment method. What we're going to focus this time is to look at how to write the learning outcomes. So look at the first one, demonstrate accurate scientific skills in conducting 5 Form 5 chemistry experiments. The second one, convey ideas in both writing and oral forms using appropriate and effective representation confidently, accurately, and coherently, with the ability to negotiate and reach agreement based on innovative chemistry education laboratory works. And number 3, develop effective teaching materials based on instructional design using technology platform for teaching theory and technology aided experiment in chemistry education. So here are 3 examples of course learning outcomes from one course. What we're going to look at today is for you to learn how to write course learning outcomes. Now, what are the characteristics of good learning outcomes? Number 1, we have to clarify what you want to assess. Now, you have one course. Don't design your outcomes based on topics, but have a bigger picture. After our students finish this course, what they should be able to gain and how you're going to assess. This is number 1. Number 2, make sure that your outcomes are measurable. You must be able to measure it because at the end you should be able to assess them. Number 3, the intended outcome must be something that are useful and meaningful. Meaning that, for example, the course that I was talking about, the chemistry experiments. Now the students should be able to design an experiment for the students. So that's the end goal. I want my student to be able to design and then to able to discuss about it and to be able to gain the skills. So those are the things that I have in mind for the whole course. So I'm going to teach them week by week that are going to achieve the final outcomes that I have presented before. Some other characteristics of good learning outcomes should have SMART. It should be smart enough. SMART is acronyms for 5 words, right? The first one is specific. So it must be specific to certain learning behavior, just one behavior. So you want to measure just one learning behavior, and it must be measurable. Measurable, so you have certain criteria. Number 3, A is for actionable. It can be demonstrated, you can see, you can observe it. And R is relevant. It's relevant to what they're going to become in the future. Like in my case, to become a chemistry teacher, so it must be relevant. And the last one, T, is timed. So you must be able to ensure that the weeks that you have for one semester for them to complete the course, they should be able to gain all the outcomes that you have written for them. So remember, there are 5 characteristics of learning outcomes, which can be simplified as SMART: specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and timed. smart